You're watching Griffon Sports Insider, presented by Spine & Sport Physical Therapy. Now, here are your hosts, Brett Easley and Ryan Menley.
A sizzling season opener begins with a boom, while Griffon Volleyball starts an undefeated zoom. We'll go overseas to catch up with a former Griffon who's currently an Olympian. Get pumped, GSI begins right now. Hello and welcome. Those stories and much more this week, but we begin, Brett Easley, with football.
And you know what? I am pumped. The 18th ranked Griffons kicked off 2012 in style last Thursday night. An impressive, dominating victory over Central Missouri.
Here's a look back.
Have your focus up. It is about you. If you play your best, that is going to be good enough every week. If you don't play your best, the schedule we have, you can be beat. Missouri West.
Pre-game locker room pep talk out of the way. 18th ranked Missouri Western opening the season against Central Missouri. The men in black on the attack, ready to play from the get-go. Pick it up first quarter. Griffon's threatening Travis Partridge to the end zone. Reggie Jordan, full extension, beautiful touchdown catch. Western up 7-zip. Coach P likes that. Defense making sure the Mules would go nowhere early. Let me introduce you to Ben Jackson. Cracking coconuts. Second quarter, Griffs start playing takeaway. Marcus Thompson playing in his first game since suffering a nasty broken leg 10 months ago. That's a nice way to come back.
Interception, I think I needed the interception, getting hit a little bit. It feels good though, it feels good to be back, get tackle on the ground and stuff, it feels good.
This gives the Griffon O the short field. Very next play, the O-line giving Mike Hill a huge hole to run through. Hill, 28 carries, 169 yards rushing, and this his second of 2 touchdowns. Western up 21-zip and still striking. Couple minutes later, the D strikes again. Mike Peterson picked up by Yami Ali, who will return it inside the 15, giving Western another short field. That leads to this. Partridge to Alec Bourbon for the easy score. Western up 28-0 now. Touchdown cannon needs more ammo. Third quarter, more from Partridge. He was 14 of 20 for 126 yards, 3 touchdowns. This one to Tyron Crockham. Griff's up 35-7 at this point. Central has a good team, though, and they didn't quit. They tried to make it a game late. Partridge hit, fumbles, scooped up by Deontay McDonald, who rumbles 52 yards for the touchdown. Central would get to within 12 late, but the D getting it done late. Arbanis Elliott, his second of 2 sacks on the night. Western's defense, 4 sacks, 3 interceptions, as the Griffons take the season opener with a 38-26 victory. Great start, sluggish finish, but it's still an impressive season-opening win over a solid Central squad.
Turnovers are big. I don't think we played necessarily really well, though. I think we could play a lot better than that. Offensively, Mike Hill did a great job. I thought Travis played a good football game.
You know, anytime I got a call, I just did my job. Offensive line did a great job. Receivers did a great job blocking down field, of course. Just whenever I got my number called, I tried to do the best that I could and came out on top.
A win is a win. I mean, we started off great. Second half, we didn't finish so good. So, I mean, we're going to take the W and definitely see film, see what we did wrong and improve so we too can be even better.
And joining us now, head coach Jerry Partridge. 9 out of the last 10 against Central Missouri. And you said after the game you didn't think the defense played pretty well. 3 turnovers, 4 sacks. It's okay.
Well, we stopped them on 4th down. We had the turnovers. We sacked them a little bit, but they moved the ball a little bit, and that's we don't want to be complacent and feel like we've accomplished anything. We give up over 400 yards of offense, so that part needs to be fixed going into the league.
From an offensive side of the coin, 38 points. Travis Partridge, 14 of 23 touchdown passes, and Michael Hill, 169 yards on the ground. All in all, pretty decent day for the offense.
Yeah, the stats don't show kind of how well they played. Now, the 2 turnovers are a negative. I mean, no doubt about that, but one of them was kind of a sack that caused it. Open guy that's going to be another 40 yards of offense probably if we just throw it. But, I think that Michael ran really, really hard. I think we were pretty accurate in the passing game.
You talked about Kyle Knox and said he was a guy that was having a good camp. Kyle, again, kind of been a possession receiver the last couple of years. Leads the team in receptions. Talk about his day.
Well, I think the ball got spread around quite a few people, but Kyle's one of those guys that kind of always seems to be open. He's not blistering fast by any stretch of imagination, but he does always seem to get open. The guy's performance I think was really good was Reggie Jordan. He had 2 great catches, and Reggie blocked tremendously well. And if that keeps up, we feel like we have the best tight end in our conference.
Dalton Kryza, your backup running back, who is good enough to be a starter. He goes out early, gets injured. Any update on him?
Right now, the prognosis is a torn ACL, but Dalton has kind of a loose knees anyway. So we're hoping potentially it's some kind of pre-existing thing that he feels pretty good. So right now, I'd say he's out, but we're hoping for something different.
All right, William Jewell this Saturday. We'll talk more about the Cardinals when GSI comes back.
GoGriffons.com, powered by Spine & Sport Physical Therapy. Train like the pros.
Wait a minute, take a step back. You gotta think twice before you react.
The most helpful physical therapist in the world on neck pain.
I can fix it.
Spine & Sport. Stay healthy, my friends.
Missouri Western prepares to host an old rival from the NAIA days this week. The Griffons welcome William Jewell to Spratt Stadium on Saturday. The last time the Griffons and Cardinals got together, 1984. They played to a 22-22 tie. Jerry Partridge was a young defensive back that season. Boy, you were dapper in that photo, too.
You were dapper.
I guess.
What do you remember about that game? Do you remember anything else about that game?
The last play of the game, I did break up a pass. I didn't play very much in that game, but I broke up a pass that was basically the last play of offense, and we ended up in a tie.
So you preserved a tie. That's good.
Help preserve a tie.
Looking for a little bit more this Saturday.
I hope so.
All right, tell us about Jewell and what you know about him.
You know, they're offensively, I think their quarterback is a guy that's really their best player. Film last year, he's really making a lot of things happen, scrambling. He looks like a kid that could be starter in our league. That's what he looks like. He's about 6'3", 220. I'd say runs about a 4.6, throws the ball, has a good strong arm. I don't know if that reminds you anybody or not, but runs around pretty good. They have some receivers that catch the ball really well. Defensively, you know, right now they're going to be a three-man front, but you know, we got to play well. So it's about us. And I always talk about the faceless opponent. We've got to contain the quarterback, but we want to play as well as we possibly can play and take care of business the way we need to take care of it.
Well, in the only non-conference game, and again, it figures people look at it on paper and say, well, easy win, Western will take care of them. But you say this a lot. You only get 11 regular season chances. You work all year for this, and this is another chance to get better, too, isn't it?
Take opportunity to play. That's right. It's in front of our home crowd. We are paying a decent guarantee package, so we need to make the most of that. You know, they had 480 yards almost against Colorado Mines, and every year we watch Colorado Mines against Washburn early in the year, and that's always a good tussle. So they did move the ball against Mines, and that part is a concern. So.
Okay, Coach B, I think it's time for Easley's Tantalizing Trio. You ready for this? We debuted this last week.
I'm not totally ready, but I'll be over.
We're all over the board this week. I think that's what our fans at home come to expect. So you ready? Let's start out first thing first. Obvious NEA Chiefs record prediction, please.
Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm going to say 9-7.
9-7. I hope you're right.
That's modest.
That's very modest. I hope you're right. Okay, all over the board again, and I'm kind of prefacing something coming along in another 10 days. Does Jerry Partridge own a piece of camouflage clothing?
I actually do now. I've got a hat I was given I'm supposed to wear for the Carney game.
I can't wait to see that.
Talk more about that next week.
I can't wait to see that. And 3, I'm curious to know your opinion on this. You have good opinions on things like this. The Washington Nationals have a sizable lead in their division. They're going to shut their ace, Steven Strasburg, down 2 starts from now. You know you got a World Series title maybe on the horizon. Do you shut him down, or are you looking ahead to his future?
If his arm feels good, you're pitching because you may never get back to that moment.
I would agree with that as well.
I agree. I don't understand it, but that's what we've come to nowadays in life, I guess, with athletes.
Coach B, we'll see Saturday. Good luck.
Saturday night, 6 o'clock versus William Jewell. GSI will be right back.
I am the quarterback. My job is to lead the march. Go ahead, sick the dogs on me. I can take it. You can hit me, you can knock me down, but I will get back up. We will march on. I'm Travis Partridge. This is Griffon Football.
I am your physical therapist. My job is to crack the whip, push you. Got an ache? I've got the remedy. Muscles weak? I'll make you strong. Whatever it is, I will get you better. I'm Nikki Hilgenberg, and this is Spine & Sport.
Griffon Sports Insider, sponsored by Spine and Sport Physical Therapy. Train like the pros.
I'm Dave Rigger, voice of the Griffons, here with senior defensive end David Bass. David, if you weren't a defensive end, what position would you play?
I would definitely be a tight end.
Do you have the speed to play tight end?
I believe I have all the measures to play tight end.
Do you have the hands to play tight end?
Yes, I do have the hands to play tight end.
Have there ever been thoughts of cutting the hair?
Yes, I always said if I don't make it to the next level, I'm going to cut my hair. If I do, I'm going to keep it.
How long has it been like this?
Since high school. I want to say my sophomore year in high school.
That might be a traumatic experience to cut it.
I always think about cutting it after the game because you got offensive line that pull it. Like got a couple dreads I got pulled out during camp this year, so it's definitely a target in my MWSU.
All right, you said the next level. Is that always in the back of your mind?
Not always, but that's the goal. I feel if you're competitive enough, you love the game, you always want to get to the top. And that's what we train for, that's what we play for.
Senior defensive end David Bass from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm Dave Rigger for Griffon Sports Insider.
Thanks, Mr. Rigger. Mr. Bass. David Bass, of course, just a half sack away from becoming Missouri Western's all-time sack leader.
Now, he's going to get that sack record, and he's probably going to be playing on Sundays in the NFL next year as well. Meanwhile, Griffon Volleyball just 2 months away from having an undefeated season. Well, probably won't happen, but who knows? They're off to a great start anyway. Griffons won unbeaten this past weekend at the Northern State Classic in Aberdeen, South Dakota. That included victories over Minot State, Chadron State, Black Hill State, and the host team Northern State en route to a 4-0 start. Griffons are on the road this weekend for 4 more matches in the Missouri S&T tournament.
Griffon soccer kicked off its season last weekend at home in the Drury Inn Classic. Here's the highlights.
It comes in here, in here, okay? That name that's on the front of your jersey that you work hard for, tonight's the night to prove yourselves against this team. Got it? Any adversity you face, the weather sucks, I don't care. Fight through it. It sucks for them too. Get through it mentally, physically, okay, and we'll be all right.
Chad Edwards with his season-opening pep talk. Griffons beginning the Drury Inn Classic with a rainy Friday night matchup against Southwestern Oklahoma State. Western controlled the ball okay, but couldn't do much with it. Managed just 2 shots the entire night. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs get on the board in the 27th minute with a Paige Doherty header. That's the difference. Griffons dropped the season opener, 2-0 the final. A frustrating way to start the season.
We just didn't work hard enough second half. When you're down, you gotta pick it up.
The rain gone by Sunday, replaced by sun and heat. Who says sledding is a winter sport? Griffons taking on East Central out of Oklahoma and playing great defense early. Kelly Voigt's earning her money in the net, 7 saves on the day. Western much more offensive on Sunday, had 26 shots. That's 24 more than Friday. And Ashley Jurovich goal to start the second half, put the Griffs on the board. Then Katie Kemp adds to the lead by squeezing one through the corner. Kemp had a goal and an assist on the day as the Griffons go on to win 2-0 the final. And what a difference a few days can make.
It's a huge confidence builder, let's be honest. We never had 26 shots last year. And so, you know, the kids see that they're getting better and the opportunities they're going to present themselves. And just through hard work and passion, dedication, the results will come.
First half was definitely frustrating, not being able to get the ball in the back of the net. But the second half, we put it all together. We've been working on a lot of new things, and it's starting to come together.
Our defense did a great job. We kept communicating, and we didn't let any go in the back of the net, so it's a good day.
1, 2, 3.
Coming up, from Chicago to St. Joe to Brazil to London, the unreal story of Missouri Western basketball's first Olympian when we come back.
The most helpful physical therapist in the world on rocker shoes. No. He once helped an unbalanced bull by teaching him ballet. He cured a man's foot with plantar fasciitis by playing Go Fish.
You have an 8. Go Fish.
He helped balance a man by playing darts with his eyes. He is the most helpful physical therapist in the world.
I don't always go to physical therapy, but when I do, I prefer Spine and Sport.
Stay healthy, my friends.
Welcome back to GSI. Larry Taylor had a spectacular 2-year career for the Griffons in the early 2000s.
But no one could have predicted the road that would lead him to the 2012 Summer Olympics.
My name is Larry Taylor. You know me as Larry Taylor. I play in Bauru, a team in Brazil. Eu jogo por time em Brazil. I graduated from Missouri Western in 2004. E eu fui formado aqui no Missouri Western em 2004.
From picking pockets at Missouri Western to picking Russell Westbrook and playing Team USA as a Brazilian Olympian, Larry Taylor has had one strange, memorable, and remarkable journey.
I'm getting a chance to travel and learn new languages and meet incredible people all over the world.
The Chicago native began his professional basketball career overseas after graduating from Western in 2004. He landed in Brazil in 2008. And in 2012, he became a naturalized Brazilian citizen in order to join the Brazilian national team and take part in this summer's Olympic Games in London.
Well, for me, it's definitely an experience that I'm never going to forget. You know, being out there, being able to play with the best of the best athletes in the world.
Dwayne Wade, obviously watching the game, tweeting just a few moments ago, he said, "It's strange to see Larry Taylor, number 7 for Brazil, our brother from Chicago, wearing a Brazilian uniform playing against the United States."
You know, the only thing that was a bit different for me, because I was representing Brazil, so I wasn't doing any cheering for the United States at all this year. So.
While Taylor watched Team USA win the gold, Team Brazil finished 5th, which exceeded expectations. And the 31-year-old says he's already shooting to maybe, possibly, become a 2-time Olympian. 2016
Olympics out there are going to be in Brazil, so you know, I'm just going to stay on the same path I've been on, keep working on my game, and you know, see. I don't think I have that limit. I'll just see how far I can take it.
Larry Taylor's remarkable journey led him back to St. Joseph after the Olympics, a brief visit to the place that helped catapult his career, one he says he'll never forget.
My time here was, you know, a great experience. I know for a fact that I wouldn't have become the player that I am today without being here with the coaching staff here, and you know, Coach Smith, Coach Nick, and you know, I feel like this university really helped me out, helped me improve as a player and as well as a person, and you know, helped me grow in a lot of areas in my life, and you know, I believe it can do the same for other athletes as well.
Pleasure to see Larry Taylor, who's enjoying life and doing well for himself.
Well, it is a great Griffon career, and not a surprise to see him go on and do so well in professional basketball.
Speaking of former Griffons and current pros, Spine and Sports' Fred Schunkweiler returns to train with possibly Missouri Western's next big thing.
Clausen will hold no wind to speak of. The kick is up. It is long enough, and it is good! Greg Zerline from 57 yards away.
Greg Zerline came to me before football season last year. He just had hip surgery. He tore his labrum, which is a piece of cartilage around the hip socket. And in that surgery, they also found out he had a torn quad.
I was still having problems with my leg, and you know, I wasn't kicking the ball as far, and you know, I'd always have pain in my leg after kicking.
No one really found the cause of the injury. They fixed the symptom. But when he came to me, we found out that his left leg, his plant leg, was really unstable. The cause of his right hip quad tear was the fact that he wasn't balanced. So we analyzed his technique and his form, and then we went to work.
Working with Fred, he helped me correct that with some of his exercises, and going to his clinic really helped me, you know, my leg to be fresh after kicking, and you know, after working with him a few times, I could tell the pain would start to go away.
We have that training, that background. We have the facilities with the pool, with our technology to really train people how to perform at the highest levels.
I've done stuff that I've never done at any other physical therapy place, and I've been to a lot of physical therapists, so you know, it helped me, and so I think it'd be a good place to go in the future, and I'll continue to work with him whenever I'm back in town.
1 for 58, high snap. Zerline's first NFL kick is
train like the pros. He's been a great person to work with, and exemplifies what we're trying to do here.
It's the Griffon football home opener. This is our tailgate of the week. We're with Tanner. This is the Greek tailgate. What do we got going on here, Tanner?
We're just grilling out a few hamburgers and hot dogs.
A few hamburgers and hot dogs. And tell us what Greek organizations we got here.
We got Teak, Phi Sig, Phi Delt, Sigma, 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 ASA, and AGD.
Beautiful. We got the whole crew covered. And I tell you what, you're going to be here every week tailgating, aren't you?
Yes, sir, every week.
Well, Tanner, I tell you what, because you guys are so good, this is your second year in a row you've won this. We're going to give you $50 towards your next Griffon tailgate. Compliments of Griffon alum Scott Graham. How's that sound?
Thank you. That sounds great.
Maybe a filet mignon next time?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, group, let me hear ya. Go Griffs!
Excited fans at the tailgate saw a good Griffon win last week. Hope to see the same against William Jewell this Saturday night at 6 o'clock.
Love to see the excitement. Come on out, tailgate early, and see a good Griffon football team. Again, this figures to be an easy game on paper, but you know what? That's why you play the game. They're never easy, and another opportunity to get better because, you know what? The schedule's going to get a lot tougher coming up.
Let's get better with role play this week. Are you ready?
Let's get better. Who am I this week? Can't wait.
You are Clint Eastwood.
Whoa.
You're
128
years old. You spoke to the Republican National Convention last week, and you spoke for 11 minutes to an empty chair. Here's the question.
Finally, somebody to listen to me.
Are you crazy or just downright brilliant?
Downright brilliant. You kidding me? I'm the only one that could get away with that. Go ahead, make my day. I'm Dirty Harry. I needed something to revitalize myself. I didn't even know what Twitter was until now.
Yeah.
I'm a Twitter sensation.
Problem is you made it about yourself, and it's supposed to be about the presidential candidate. But anyway, my turn.
Okay, Ryan Menley, you know what? Your Royals pitcher, Luke Hochevar. You just went out and shut out the Tampa Bay Rays.
I did.
You were through a complete game against the Red Sox. You come home against the hapless Twins, and you couldn't get out of the second inning. You're never going to turn the corner, are you?
No, I never was. I was never drafted to be a #1 ace, even though I was drafted #1 overall by the Royals. I don't understand that because that year that I got drafted by the Royals, I couldn't get the St. Joe Blacksnakes out in the Independent Association or whatever the heck that league was of has-beens. But here's the thing. I'm a good 4 or 5 guy somewhere else. Not for the Royals. Okay, let's get to the Pick'em segment. This belt is going to stay right here this week because we both went 5 and 2.
Both of us.
Yes. Now you get a half of it. So
Time
let's
to find a winner.
Get after it. MIAA football this week. Pick the winner for me. Brett Easley, Emporia at Nebraska Kearney.
You know what? I want to apologize to the folks in Emporia. It seems like I always pick against the Hornets every week. They're on the road. Tough game against Kearney. Give me the Hornets. 2-0 start for Garen Higgins Club. They're going to go on the road and win that game.
No, that's not going to happen. Kearney's going to get the win at home. Central Missouri hosting Northwest. How about this one?
You know what? Central Missouri, it's a good football team. Northwest Missouri State always elite. And I'll tell you what, it's hard to pick against Northwest. That's going to be a close game. Bearcats win in Warrensburg.
Give me Northwest by 3. How about that? Northeastern State at Missouri Southern.
Well, nice word win for Missouri Southern last week. And you know what? They get the home win as well. They go 2-0. They beat Northeastern State.
I agree and concur. In the Big 12, number 22 K-State, they host Miami, the U, a rematch of last year.
Slow starters for Kansas State last week. It's 9-9 against Dub Bears in the third quarter where they pulled away. They're going to beat Miami in Manhattan. They go 2-0.
You think so?
I do.
I don't. I think Miami wins.
K-State always finds a way to win those games.
KU hosts Rice. Don't tell me Rice is going to just go right to it. KU wins.
We're not talking about Uncle Ben's Rice, but you know what? KU does win. They go 2-0. They'll beat the Owls.
I agree. SEC, how about this? Mizzou hosting number 6 Georgia in Columbia. Welcome to the SEC Tigers.
Well, I'm not picking with my heart here. I think Mizzou wins that game. Everybody just automatically assumes they went to the SEC and now they're not any good at football. They're going to beat the Bulldogs. Uga comes to Columbia. He goes home a loser. Mizzou wins.
Georgia by 2 touchdowns.
Wow.
Really different. NFL, Chiefs open it against the Falcons next Sunday. What do you got?
It's not going to be 41-7, but Atlanta's going to win that game. Chiefs, too many holes on defense. They start the year 0-1.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, you're picking it. Give me the Chiefs.
Take the Chiefs.
Boy,
I hope he's right.
A decisive winner.
I hope he's right. Somebody's going to own this next week.
That's GSI for this week. We'll see you Saturday at the
Kids get in free Saturday at Griffon football. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, go Griffs.
Go Griffs.